So hello and welcome back to my channel. So today we are continuing our deep dive into the major arcana, and we are looking at the next card in this sequence, which is the Emperor card. Okay, let's see what side it's better putting it on. Let's put it on that side or that side. Anyway, so the Emperor is the number 4 card in the major arcana. And this is the first time that we're really seeing the divine masculine show up. So we could see the Magician, the number 1 card, a few videos back, as the divine masculine. But I actually really start to feel that energy in the tarot more when we come to the Emperor. So the Emperor is the counterpart to the Empress, who we talked about last week. The Empress is all about Mother Earth, that grounded, abundant, and fertile energy. And therefore, the Emperor is all about Father Sky, right? It's that sun energy. It's that thing which makes things grow, right? It's that thing that feeds the feminine so that the feminine can birth, right? So the Emperor has obviously got very, 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 very powerful energies of creation also. And in the tarot, however, he comes across as quite a passive energy, and I want to explain why, okay? So if you think about emperors throughout history, right? If you think about an emperor as like an authoritative or authoritarian figure, then they have people underneath them who they get to do things for them, right? The emperor is not necessarily going to go out and fight a war, although he may do. An emperor is actually going to be the one that puts in the directions, that puts in this is what I want you to do, okay? So he puts in the commands, right? He tells people what he wants them to do. So in that sense, in some ways, he's even more powerful because he's not the one that has to go out and do what the little people do, right? He gets to sit on his throne while everybody else actually does things, right? And we can see him here sat on his throne looking very regal in red. So this deep red is, you know, kind of beyond abundant. This is like royalty, right? You really feel the power with that red. That red colour is an extremely regal, commanding colour. And we also see that he's wearing armour on his feet there, right? So we can see that he's got armour on underneath his red cloak. So that kind of speaks to what I just said, right? If he has to go to war, he will certainly, right? He's powerful. He's got the power and the skill to do that. But most of the time, he's going to be sat on his throne telling people what to do, okay? So very masculine, very powerful energy. And sometimes this can actually show up in quite a constricting way. So in personal readings that I've done, the Emperor can come up when we're talking about a controlling spouse, for instance, or a controlling boss, or somebody that's actually verging on abusive, right? The Emperor is quite dictatorial. And when this shows up in somebody's marriage reading, for example, or relationship reading, you know, you don't really want a dictator showing up in your love reading, really. So the Emperor in his shadow side can be very controlling, a little bit abusive, right? Sometimes, but very controlling, right? When he's not in his shadow side, when he's really shining, then he's just all about being in control and mastering his life, okay? We can see the like little ram heads on the side of his throne. And this also corresponds to the fact that the Emperor card relates to the sign of Aries. So very dynamic, very strong, very independent energy here, okay? A leader energy, that's what the Emperor is about. The Emperor is a leader. What else can I say? So yeah, so he's also a number 4 card, right? So number 4s in the tarot, which we'll see as we do more of these videos, kind of always relates to stability and to groundedness. So again, this Emperor, he gets stuff done because he is grounded, because he is stable, because he is incredibly secure in his surroundings and in who he is. Sometimes a bit too secure, but when not in his shadow, when in his lighter side, that security can really be quite nourishing to those around him. Okay, so in short, the Emperor is kind of like that divine masculine energy. So think father, brother, uncle, that kind of thing, if we're actually looking in terms of gender, but not necessarily. It can be divine masculine energy showing up in a female person or in somebody that doesn't identify with gender, right? So the Emperor is very authoritative. Can you hear that banging sound? I apologise. The Emperor was very authoritative, very controlling, very powerful, right? And I think if we were going to go on one word, we would say powerful or authoritative or controlling. I don't know. But yeah, I think you get the gist of the Emperor right now. And I feel like I'm babbling, so I'm going to stop. Next week, we will be taking a look at the Hierophant, the number 5, which is another kind of divine masculine energy, but in a completely different way, right? Okay, I hope you've enjoyed this, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.